Hey YouTube, this is Yirmiah Who Weeps. I am going to be doing a little video on a verse, one verse, which I don't usually like doing because just one verse? No, I like doing kind of well, I'll get to it. Okay, the verse that I'm going to do it on is Romans 11 verse 32. I'm going to first read it from a couple of different versions. The first version I'll read it from is the KJV, which is probably my least favorite version. For God hath concluded them all in unbelief, that he might have mercy upon all. Concluded or shut them all up together. Now when I read the KJV, I read, for God hath shut them all up together, so he made them shut up, that he might have mercy upon all. So he might, but he might not. That's what I get out of reading the KJV, so I don't like the KJV. Going on, the NASB has, for God has shut up all in disobedience, so that he may show mercy to all. Well, may instead of might is actually a more concrete term. But still, it's saying that he shut them up. So apparently he got them to stop talking. The NIV has, for God has bound all men over to disobedience, so that he may have mercy on them all. Now, here God is not getting the people to shut up. He's actually binding them over to disobedience, which is an interesting little phrase. But moving on, the NET has, for God has consigned all people to disobedience, so that he may show mercy to them all. Interesting terms. Okay, I've examined the verse, and this is what I have come up with, my understanding of what the verse is saying. Because Yahweh of Elohim, and that Yahweh of Elohim is because there are places in the what's commonly called the New Testament, New Covenant, where it's not always clear which term is being referenced, the term Elohim or the term Yahweh, but it's always one of the two. Because the Greek seems to be a translation from a previous Hebrew or Aramaic. At least Hebrew or Aramaic concepts were used. So I'm just going to keep on reading. Because Yahweh of Elohim has enclosed, confined, and imprisoned everyone in intentional and obstinate refusal to believe, acknowledge, or obey, in order to give a merciful, loving, undeserved gift to everyone. Where other versions have shut up and bound, from my understanding the word is sukleo, the Greek word sukleo, and it means to enclose, hem in, confine, or imprison. So Yahweh, Elohim, who people commonly call God, has enclosed, confined, and imprisoned everyone. Everyone. In intentional and obstinate refusal to believe, acknowledge, or obey. So if you know of anyone who has ever been in intentional and obstinate refusal to believe, acknowledge, or obey, either in the past, present, or future, that's happened to them. They're in that condition because Yahweh of Elohim has done that to them. He's enclosed them, confined, and imprisoned them. He's done that with everyone. And he's done it in order to give a merciful, loving, undeserved gift to everyone. Everyone. So if you know of any people, that's who Yahweh is going to give a merciful, loving, undeserved gift to. Which would be life, and it would be himself, and it would be goodness and love and everything that people long for and cherish. Now, I looked at the context of this verse, and the preceding verses are all talking about how Yisrael, or Israel, has had disbelief. And it's talking about the reason that they have disbelief is for the benefit of the Gentiles, or basically the non-Israelites, and the Israelites would include the Jews. Okay, so, and then the Israelites have unbelief, so that the Gentiles can get it and make the Israelites jealous, and then the Israelites will get belief too. And the reason that all of that is going on is because of this verse. Because Yahweh of Elohim has enclosed, confined, and imprisoned everyone in intentional and obstinate refusal to believe, acknowledge, or obey, in order to give a merciful, loving, undeserved gift to everyone. He's going to do it to everyone. So the gift that Yahweh gives, his rescue, his salvation, his life that he gives, his goodness, his love, his kindness, his compassion, himself, his son, all of that, he's going to give to everyone. So I think it's a very monumental gift. It does a lot to explain why things are the way they are. Why is everything like it is? Why is there sin? Why is there so much wrong with the world? Why so much evil, nastiness? Why all the struggle? Why all the difficulty? Why all the confusion? Why all the differing and opposing views? Because Yahweh of Elohim has enclosed, confined, and imprisoned everyone in intentional and obstinate refusal to believe, acknowledge, or obey. So Yahweh has done it. Enclosed, confined, and imprisoned. No way out. There's no way out. You're stuck. Unless he frees you when he decides to free you. Because the only way you get free is when he decides to do it. You can't say, okay, I'm going to be freed now. I'm going to make you free me now. It doesn't make any sense. When he decides to do it. So if somebody's not freed yet, it's because he hasn't decided to free them yet. But it says that he's done that with everyone, and that he's going to give his gift to everyone. Everyone. So, I think that verse right there explains why things are the way they are, and it also gives hope for things being the way they are, and the future of things. And it does it, that verse right there does that with every single person, everyone. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to comment on this real quick. Oh, I'm doing okay time-wise. I hope you're doing well. I hope life is either good or will be good soon, or that you have hope and comfort in the midst of anything you're going through. And if you're bored, I hope that gets solved. If you have difficulty in any way, I hope and pray that gets resolved for you quickly, and that you are given whatever you need to sustain yourself until it happens. But, oh, is there anything else? Well, that intentional and obstinate refusal to believe, acknowledge, or obey comes from apatheia, don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's Greek. And it means intentional and obstinate refusals to believe, acknowledge, or obey. So, if anyone has any differing understandings of this verse, I'd be happy to... Oh, should mention, after he says that verse, so he says everything that's going on as far as the Israelites not having belief, and it's because the Gentiles are getting belief so that they can benefit the Israelites, and basically so they can benefit each other. And it includes everybody, because there's only two groups of people in the world. There's the Israelites and the non-Israelites. Because if you're not a Israelite, you're a non-Israelite. And if you're a Israelite, then you're not a non-Israelite. So in this context, there's only two groups of people in the whole world, ever. So after this verse, it says, "Oh, the depth of riches and wisdom and knowledge of Elohim." I'm reading out of the Scriptures version. "How unsearchable his judgments and untraceable his ways. For who has known the mind of Yahweh? Or who has become his counselor? Or who first gave to him, and it shall be given back to him?" So who first gave to Yahweh, so that it'll be given back to the one who gave to Yahweh? "Because of him," because of Yahweh, "and through him," through Yahweh, "and to him," to Yahweh, "are all things, to whom be importance forever. Amen." Which means this is absolutely, certainly, definitely true. There's no way around it. Concrete fact. Excuse me. So those are the following verses. They basically just affirm and say how incredibly awesome Yahweh is and who is comparable to him. It's rhetorical questions saying, you know, no one. He's it. He's where it's at. Fascinating verse. Fascinating verse. Love that verse. Anyways, I hope that you have gotten something out of this. Thank you for watching. And I hope to do more videos soon. And have a good life. Thank you. Shalom. Goodbye. See you later. Bye.